Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwantner and welcome to Selling Power's Daily Report. Today we continue our conversation with Ty Swain. He's the founder and CEO of Growth Dynamics, and he'll share his secrets on how to hire top performers. Welcome, Ty.
Thank you, Gerhard.
How do companies find the ideal profile for the top performer?
The history of the process has been to go in and look at the top performers and bottom performers of companies. And you'll find that the conventional testing process is to go in and test the top people and test the bottom people and then look at the mean. And then everything from the mean and up is considered to be ideal selection options for hiring salespeople. What is changing today and the way in which Growth Dynamics looks at the process is much more collaborative. We have found that probably about 50 to 60% of the time, top performers in a company simply are not really the top performer. They simply are the best the company could hire, best the company could attract. And we're finding that time and time again, companies go out to hire a so-called top performer. They can't attract that person, or they can't either find or identify that person, so they hire someone else who comes in and does a fine job.
And they settle for less.
They settle for less, but what they end up with is a team of average to above average performers.
Not high performers.
Not high performers. So our company, what we do is we go in and we actually benchmark the sales role of a top performer, utilizing not only their leadership and their organization, we also collaborate with them, and then we test the top performers, but we also have a system that's called the metric. And what it does is it allows people to go in and identify the top capabilities of what the role is about. It asks questions and looks at and measures the skills, the characteristics, behaviors, motivators, and attributes of what a top performer is in their perspective. We do this with anywhere from 20 to 30 different people within an organization, from leadership to people actually doing the role. And what comes back in our research is the benchmark for what the company sees to be as a top performer in the sales role.
And that's like an image with more megapixels.
Absolutely. Much more well defined. We're also able to then assist human resources in identifying how to attract the right top performer by using the benchmark, by identifying the skills, the traits. You can also then look at how can we attract these types of people and look at helping them with incentive structures, compensation models, and modifications in how they actually retain the people that are in the role currently today. Bigger challenge is actually getting human resources and sales management to collaborate as a team and come together with an understanding of what that role is going to be for the future.
So once that role is defined, then you advertise and recruit, and then you get the candidates back. What is the next hurdle here?
The next hurdle is actually, with the benchmark process, we'll define an interview process from a pre-screen to an on-site to a final interview program that links to the job. Too often today you'll find that sales managers do interviews that are completely off the cuff because they know what they're looking for, per se.
Got the instinct.
They got
right.
the instinct. All of our peers know that that doesn't work, but the reality is they believe it does. So what we do is we come in and structure the interview so it's focused specifically on that role, so that they can not only go through the interview process effectively, they can actually listen to the questions they ask versus thinking about the question they're going to ask next. That's probably one of the biggest issues we see in interviewing today, is that the manager spends more time thinking about the next question instead of listening to the response.
So what you're saying is you bring more science to the art.
Yes. And then with our GDI sales dynamics assessment, we're able to measure their behaviors, measure their attributes, which is their cognitive thinking process, how they think about sales. Do they understand and do they think about hunting or prospecting or closing or qualifying?
And what is the fit?
And what is the fit in relation to the benchmark? Our results are compared to the benchmark, and then what we do is we share those results independently and directly with the customer making the decision to move ahead in the process. And what this allows them to have is not only a partner, but an actual linkage to a process that fits the organization.
So it's a process of co-creation.
It is.
And what are the results?
The results are phenomenal. We have found that on our behalf, we have found that probably 65 to 67% of the time, when they utilize a staged process of interview, pre-screening, and also at the same time attracting better people into the process, they will find that the retention increases by 60 to 70% in the period of time from where they actually started the role. Many times today, it's not so much hiring a sales professional who is going to stay. The real question is how well will they perform and how long will they stay in the job? But if you hire the right person who's the right fit for that role, you will find that the major issue, which we identified with Exit Max, is that the right fit in the culture, in the job, that person will stay longer, and they will stay happier, they will perform more effectively, and they will do it naturally.
Ty, I want to thank you. It was very enlightening,
Thank you.
I encourage everyone to go to Ty's website, gdicorp.com.